he basically has only one more road. He's going to cut off Bishop Oluwole, which is a very historic road in Lagos. Before you can see the kilometer mark. He has seen that, probably about 2 kilometers left or 3 kilometers left to finish the race. So I think it's 2 kilometers to finish the race from where he is. So he will know that, and he will know that at this point in time, it's going to be very, very unfortunate if he should allow anybody to get closer to him.
And so more fans have lined out,
he's trying
cheering
to
him.
so he's looking back.
Naibei doing his thing really, really well. Less than 2 kilometers now, but this man has way of lots of kilometers to still run before catching up with Naibei, before getting to the finish line. This is one of the chaser in this race.
I looked at the time and I see at 2 kilometer mark. I think Emmanuel can break that 2 hours 10 minutes. He seems good for it if he can just have a good sprint finish.
His pace.
Maybe the athlete we saw the other time was Chepkor Kibwat, Cornelius Kibwat, but he's so far away, the Kenyan, from this man that is way off in front. And of course, should he start celebrating?
Well, it's not over till the fat lady sings, or the skinny one.
Your girl is still taking a look at her wristwatch.
Yeah, she has a target. She has a target.
Really great race that Mesere Dinke is running here in Lagos. We did tell you that it's not her first time. Her first appearance in 2019, she won, finishing in 2 hours 48 minutes and 2 seconds. And of course, in 2020, she finished fourth. Yeah, but this time she's very determined, just crossing the famous Lekki toll gate, and of course heading towards the Ozumbambadiwe, and then we'll be having her finishing the race in front. It's been a wonderful race she's run.
She's been very, very tactical, and she's been very, very confident. She's been very, very impressive. I think she has actually destroyed the race. She destroyed the pack, especially at the second half of the race. That's where she took over the race, and it's been impressive from her.
I think she's actually using the camera cycle as her pace to set her pace. She's actually chasing them to set that pace.
That's what happens when you run against yourself. Totally the other runners, there's no chasing pack here. The chasing pack are way off the race. They will be contented in chasing for the second, third, and other,
minor medals.
Exactly.
Emmanuel Naibe is in the Bishop Oluwole now, and that's almost at the home race, the home run, I'll say. So confidently now, I think I'll give in to Otoye that he's going to pick up this race.
Just now, it's a foregone conclusion. Barring anything that's going to happen, he's going to win.
So now we're looking at the time now. He's been encouraged by the Lagos fans. We are looking at the time, and we'll see how fast he can go.
Access Bank Lagos City Marathon. That's what you're watching on your World of Champion on a beautiful Saturday morning in the city of Lagos. It is a Mesere Dinke that is still there, just away from that toll gate, Lekki toll gate, and on Ozumbambadi way, headed towards the two.
I commend her spirit, because
exactly.
You can see she's getting tired, but she has refused to give up. She has whenever she looks at her watch, you see her pick up the pace. So she really has a target to achieve.
The men's race, still a one-horse race, as it's been for over 20 minutes. It's been a one-horse race. A quick pick of water has done it for him in this race, better than all others.
Well, he knows that that's the last water break and water points, and he's just getting through, I think getting towards Bar Beach Towers, if I'm right, and once he cuts off the curve. That's at the entrance of the Eco Atlantic. So we are going to start getting ready to see visuals of him coming to the finish.
Well, one year we had an athlete missing his way, getting to the gate here, missing his way, and of course missed the top finish. I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see that happening, and I think it's not his first time in Lagos, so they will know very well, and I'm sure they are going to be guiding them properly on when to finish and where things is. Yeah. He's getting through to Mamadou Bello Junction, so he's going to get through the Co-Atlantic gates very soon, crossing the road, and so we are going to see him any time from now.
And the lady?
And Dinka is still pushing. She is still pushing.
And she's just, she keeps increasing her pace.
Very determined.
Very determined to, get a good time here, and we'll really be happy with a great time finish here in Lagos.
Because those final kilometers, that's when the pain and the hurt enters the body. And so you really have to, find that mind over matter to push through those pains to get to that finish line.
No contest for this man. It's right there in front, and this is a man that led the race, led on Third Mainland Bridge, and led to so many minutes, and of course having to be where he is at the moment. It's really commendations to go out to him. Fantastic race he's running here, Emmanuel Naibe.
Yeah, he's almost finishing. I don't know if anybody can encourage him that he's making good time. If he can do that in about 2.5 minutes, then my prediction of 2 hours, 9 minutes might be correct after all. Yeah. My prediction of 2 hours, at least I think I got something right. So he's doing well, and we should encourage him that he's making good time. And it's impressive because apart from some 10 minutes of the race, he really led from start to finish.
Great race for Emmanuel Naibe. Those ones there behind him are really chasing it, hoping for the best.
I'll be really surprised how they just came up so close.
Yes.
Yeah, Demiso
throughout the race.
Demiso Legese Gudeta of Ethiopia, just behind that's the man. Gudeta, of course, is 21 years of age, and this is his first full marathon.
Yeah, but it now looks like it's actually going to be a sprint finish.
Yes.
So where did they come from?
That's really.
It's a good planning. They planned their race.
Well, it's very far away from them.
It's not as close as the camera angle shows. So.
But it's a good thing that
he has picked up the pace, so he probably took a sneak back to see what was happening.
Okay, this is another. The bikes to the side as Emmanuel is closing in on the finish line. We do not think that Daressa Geleta is close enough. Not even the other chaser, Demiso Legese. Both of them not so close.
We really must commend the chasers, because this was really. He had actually destroyed the park just about a kilometer ago, and I did not know where they appeared from.
But it's really good that
he's making good time. He might not get the course record.
He might not get it. It seems like
it's really good
slowed down at the end.
And he slowed down, and he needs to pick up the pace and do some real. If not, it's really close.
It's getting closer and closer.
Closer and closer.
Any need to say we're going to have a sprint finish?
I think it's going to be.
Legesa is really
it's really going to be a sprint finish. They can all see the finish line, and they know that it's going to be very impressive if they can do that.
And so you go right there, Geleta, you got Gudeta, and you got the man in front, Naibe. Okay. I think he has picked up his pace once again. And so the chasing pack of 2. He has opened up some gap more. Every other time he's looking back to know where they are exactly.
He's looking back to know how much how much speed he needs to put into his final kilometers.
But this is the lady coming very close to Eco-Atlantic at the finish line. Great race for that young lady.
Just passing the 1,004.
Dinka. So thereabout, you still have about say 20 minutes or 25 minutes for her or thereabout, you know, to get to the finish line to win the race. Definitely, we're not talking about who's going to win the women's race at this moment, except she breaks the leg.
So we really know the winner of the men.
Here comes Naibe
here
now.
comes Naibe, running towards the end.
Faster.
He's running faster, just past the commentary box, and we can all see that he's doing very well. He's probably the winner.
He is the winner.
And then
that's it. We're going to get the winner of Access Bank Lagos City Marathon 2021. And the winner is Emmanuel Naibe. Very soon we'll give you the time he has finished because we get the official time of his finish.
We'll get the official time. I was seeing about 2 hours 14 minutes. I do not know. It's changing from what we are seeing on the screen, but we'll see. The official time will be announced very soon.
And what a race that man has run!
Very intelligent race, very mature race, and then he took his time to lead the pack. He took his time to when to conserve, and it was a lesson in marathon running for the other athletes.
Robert Kipken boy coming in there to say congratulations.
Boy is just arriving. It's actually not the Kipken boy. Kipken boy is now coming third position.
Okay, exactly. Thank you very much. That's a Demiso Legesa Gudeta finishing second. Of course, coming there to give Naibei a helping hand to say, get up. You did well. Congratulations. But the Moroccan Mohamed El Talawi is coming in. Closely followed behind by Cosmas Kieva. Cosmas Kieva was in Lagos in 2020 also. And there you have the athletes finishing at the moment. Great race for 2021. It's been a great one, you know, for the athlete. The second place, Demiso Legese Gudeta of Ethiopia. Then about... you just need to give it to that Kenyan Emmanuel Naibe. How would you describe the race that Naibe has run here in Lagos?
Ralph, it was a very mature race, a very tactical race. He knew when to press the pedal, he knew where to conserve, and he knew when Kip Boy took up the leadership, he knew that he shouldn't let Kip Boy go too far. And it was a very impressive running from him, very impressive running.
And so back to the lady. The lady is right there. Running is so raised, you know. That's the lady we talked about, Mary said, Dinka of Ethiopia. Her third time around in Lagos and hoping to win for the second time. Won in 2019 and hoping to win in 2021. What a race for Dinke.
Well, Dinke knows that it's time now she's running against. And if anything is going for her, she just has to meet the Olympic qualifying standard, and I think she'll do it. I think she's having the pace to go at 2 hours 37, 40 minutes.
And so that's our man Moses Praise getting set to do his thing here at the Lagos City Marathon. Access Bank Lagos City Marathon. But the lady is still making her way very close to the Eco-Atlantic finish line. Not too far away for her right now. She's going to coast in any moment from now.
And she is still maintaining her pace.
Where she's going up Aki Adeshola, so she will turn to her right and enter Bishop Oluwole, and then when she's there, pass through the iconic Barbie Towers before she gets into the Eco-Atlantic city. She's still keeping to her pace. She's still looking at her watch. She's still trying to make sure that her heart rate is on course. She's still looking at
to make her target. She has increased her pace.
Yeah, you know, they have been training and they know at each kilometer how many minutes they should use, and this really helps them so they can run without the pacemaker.
That's really good. My money is on her actually doing a record, a personal best.
Well, it's quite impressive at this point in time because if she ran 2 hours 47 minutes before, I think she's definitely going to run better than that now.
Yes, she will.
Well, you still have that man, Refera Maga Madesa of Ethiopia, still coming in. Earlier in the race, he was at par with the winner. They were all there, but until the winner broke away, that he's now way behind. I wasn't looking back for the race, a long over for the winner and the second and third placed finishers. You also have right there Kiprigut Douglas Kimeli, another Kenyan, right there in the vest number 10. But you have those that have finished the race already. You have Maurice Gachaga right there, and also Cosmos Kieva. Cosmos Kieva was here in 2020 also.
Yeah, Ralph, we still have a lot to look out for. We haven't seen the first Nigerian athletes, the first Nigerian man. So we'll have to be keeping our eyes forward to see what the first Nigerian man runs and what the first Nigerian woman runs. So we still have to keep our eagle eyes on the runners and see how well, if we have a top 10 Nigerian man, very, very doubtful at this point in time. But we'll just have to see how well the Nigerians do, because we are running this sport. This is going over 5 years, and so Nigerians should be more impressive in their execution of the race now.
Exactly. Mohamed El Talawi of Morocco also finished the race there, and the Dinke still coming closer and closer to Eco Atlantic. You know, once she gets in, we'll be talking about her winning the race, about good time, you know, so far for her. Maybe thereabout she gets another, say, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and she'll get the Olympic qualifying time.
Yeah, and that just to show that also that the men made the Olympic qualifying time by virtue of the unofficial results we have seen. And that's a feather on their cap and something that's been very impressive for them.
Meseret Dinke, we're just patiently waiting for her to come finish.
Well,
we are clapping for her all the way because it's really going.
Yeah, she still has quite a distance. She's entering at Bishop Oluwole now, so she still has about 1.5 kilometers. So it's not too bad. At the rate she's going, she probably will do 2 hours 33 minutes. I think 2 hours 33 minutes from what we are seeing here.
And that won't be bad at all, you know, for her. Because if we remember the finishing time for 2020, of course, it was by Sharon Jemutai Cherop, who did 2 hours 31 minutes and 40 seconds. And so that's interesting. So it looks like Dinke might not, shorten that time at all.
But still, considering the weather, I would say all the times are really impressive. Because if they had the same weather they had last year, I bet you they would have broken the course record.
Well, not the same.
No, it's not.
Not the same at all. Dinke.
She isn't even slowing down at all.
Almost.
She's very fatigued. You can see her hands are now no more as steady as they were. She's scattered down. And we'll tell you that form is the first casualty of fatigue when running. But she's putting all effort. What she's losing in energy, she's making up in effort, and that's what she's trying to do. She's still running against time. And probably, I want to believe that she's looking for that Olympic qualification.
No other girl in sight at all, because she made sure of that. Made sure of that for a fantastic race. She has run here in Lagos, third time around. In the city of Lagos, Eco Atlantic becoming a little bit windy, so she's going to have the wind up against her also when she comes in to Eco Atlantic, you know, and the wind never friend of marathoners at all.
probably depends on the direction of the wind draft. And behind you, the wind is your very good friend.
It's your field. You know better. So she'll be hoping that the wind will be behind her, to be favorable.
But it's impressive running from her. She's totally obliterated, destroyed the field. She's totally made this race a one-person show. She's totally taken the whole, should I say, she's taken to herself the whole airtime on the women's race. So it's probably just a Dinke show we've been watching for the past 40 minutes.
Dinke show indeed. Right at the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon 2021, a different kind of race. No thanks to COVID-19, but we wouldn't mind. The race is on. The men's race ended with the victor, and of course the victor being Emmanuel. And the second place also right there returned, and the third place, so we know all that for the men's race. We're looking out for the women. This lady here is on top of it, on top of her game, on top of the world.
Steady running her pace, very determined, has a target, and she's determined to meet that target that she has.
So that's one of the men finishers. Talking about Kiprugut, Douglas Kimeli. One of the placers, because he's not among the top 5.
No, but he's really feeling the effects of the race now. Dinka is still keeping her pace.
Yeah,
you can see the determination on her face.
She just passed the iconic Babbage Towers, and I think she'll enter into the entrance to the edifice of the Co-Atlantic City. And at that point in time, she'll just have about 1 kilometer left.
Yes, and she's still increasing her pace. Very, very determined. We are really expecting good times from her. Acknowledging the fans that are spurring her on. Very needful at this end point. She's really taking her time to actually acknowledge the people that are encouraging her. And she's using that to fuel her final kilometers, which is a good thing.
Very steady race, as Sotonye said about Meseret Dinka, and what a race she's running here.
Yes.
Having to run against yourself and no opponent in sight. It's really interesting for her. So, and she had to, set her own pace. Go slow, go fast, as it were. Yeah. It's all her race.
Which is why she took the time to really take in the encouragement that the small fans that we saw there gave to her. It's something she needed to boost herself to actually do and to keep to her target.
Well, she can see the finish line now. She probably can see in the distance that she's already there. And so she's run this race many times. She knows what it is when she gets into this windy area of the Co-Atlantic City. So she's still looking back, but I think she should focus on looking forward. She wants to make sure that nobody will surprise her in the sprint finish. But that's impressive running from Dinke.
I think she's still assuming that somebody will come, so she's just still keeping that pace and making sure she runs to actually reach the target that she has. You can see the determination on her face.
Well determined to finish the race, to win her second Access Bank Lagos City Marathon, repeating her 2019 feat. Couldn't maintain that in 2020, but she's here running a whole different race in 2021. Commendation must go to her. She's been leading the race for over an hour now, and that's really, really impressive. She has led all the way, I should say, because since she broke away from the pack around the 3rd Mainland Bridge she's been on.
Yes. She's actually increased her pace so much, it looks as if she overtook the camera on the bike. That is how much determined she is to keep that pace and reach her target goal.
Gradually making her way closer and closer to getting into the Eco-Atlantic.
She's deep into Eco-Atlantic. She's getting through to the finish, I think. So she will just be present. We see her visual just in front of our camera commentary area soon.
Making good time.
Making good time, if that is indeed the official time.
Yes.
The time is very important to us. Now not far away from the finish line. What was that?
I think she went off the boundaries. She went off the boundaries.
Yeah. There was nobody there to tell her
to direct her
to go
properly.
to.
But anyway, good at things. She quickly
Well, she did it
found her
quickly.
way.
That she actually looked and saw where she could go. If not, that would have taken off time, shaved off time from her race.
So it's really a great thing for her, you know, having to discover that she's in the wrong lane and switched quickly to the right lane where she is sighting the finish line at the moment, and her pace is gradually increasing. You know, any moment she will be seeing her finishing the race.
Well, she definitely at the home run now. She's finishing up strongly, and that is Dinke. Dinke is just doing the best to finish.
You can see she's actually using her arms more, so she's actually increasing her pace, trying to, you know, get those last efforts into her last final kilometers.
Final kilometer, final hurrah for her to win her second Access Bank Lagos City Marathon. It's of no mean feat at all for this lady from Ethiopia. And
no mean feat at all, and then she's used her experience. She's been here before. She's run some time before, but now these are really shattered of what she's been running here before. She's really run the second half of her race much faster than she ran the first half, and it's really very impressive running indeed.
Very impressive.
See her powering down. The arm movement has become more pronounced. She's really powering on. I think she's checked to see she wants to make that time. So she's actually doing her own personal sprint finish. She's doing her own personal, as you can see her, she's actually doing her own personal sprint finish. She's increasing her pace. She has a time, and she has a target. She's running. She has a target, and she wants to make sure she meets it.
Exactly, and that's what it is. Headed finish line. Fantastic race for the Ethiopian Dinke, who has done herself proud here, finishing another great race here in the city of Lagos. It's a great race that this lady has run. Of course, doing it all by herself, you know, for many kilometers.
That is unofficially probably her personal best. It's an unofficial, but I think she actually made her personal best.
We'll confirm that for you.
That, yes. We feel that the clock may not be accurate, the on-field clock, but
here comes Celestine Chepchirchir.
Oh, she's now in second place.
You know, she's back here, you know, to finish second. Where are the other ladies? We'll find them as they come in. But at the moment, it is Celestine Chepchirchir, and that is coming in to finish second, but still got, you know, some meters away, you know, to the finish line. And what a race it's been for her also. She was at par. She's going through, is that a wrong lane she's taking? She will need to